It's way. And I'm an INFJ. At least that's what the test and the MTI said I was. So I got into a little rabbit hole because my friend got me into it. And I decided to find out ways of better improving myself. So while my research of finding out what an INFJ does or does, I found this girl called Wenzes, I think that's her name, and she has this thing called INFJ morning routine for a productive morning. And I've been struggling with my morning routine, so I thought, hey, a fun little challenge of doing it for 30 days and see if it works or not. She has 6 simple rules. They are the go to bed early, make your bed, first meal, a healthy nutrition, meditate and visualize, journaling gratitude, and write down your goals. So with that, this is the 30-day challenge. When it comes to making a bed, that's something I never did when I was younger, or even before I started doing this challenge, because I never really saw a point, because it's like you get out of bed and then you come back to in it, so I never made the correlation. So I started to do it, and it actually did help me get more productive, but then I got a little sneaky about it, that I had an extra blanket in my closet, so I took that out and would crawl into bed on top of the made bed and just read or just take a nap. So that was a little bad habit I had to break out of. But for visualing of the bed being made, it just kind of set my brain to, okay, time to work and not. For the meditation and visualization part, visualization, I think I did like once or twice, but I didn't do that for the remainder. I just mainly focused on meditation, and for me, it was just doing 5 slow breaths and then just call it a day, because I wasn't sure how my schedule was going to be during the days, but at least trying to do something rather than nothing was better. There were 4 times where I got to meditate, and I realized that after I started walking my dog in the morning. So the moment I did that, I took him back in and then made sure I did the meditation. I actually did calm my mind a bit, because my mind is very, very active even when I try to like calm myself and be in a meditative state. But doing that and focusing on like slow breaths just like made my body feel at peace. So it wasn't that bad. The nutritional breakfast, that one really shocked me, because I usually eat whatever I have like leftovers, and I do intermittent fasting, and breakfast is like kind of like a hit or miss for me. So eating nutritional first thing in the morning stopped me from having snacking along the way, and also eating like sugary things. There were 5 days where I actually went and ate unhealthy, and I noticed like I really was unproductive. I was snacking a lot, and I was like went down like downhill spiral. So that really impressed me, that having a nutritional meal in the first thing in the morning just sets you up and prepares you for the rest of the day of being productive. Not only in like going through your daily tasks, but also eating in the right mindset too. For goals, I plugged everything into my bullet journal. I'm currently a student and I don't work at the moment, so for like goals for like in the future aspects, it just had to be what I consider as tasks, and I really struggle with that a bit, because my mindset of tasks and goals are the same thing. I don't find them like anything different. It's just getting a habit of like reaching a goal of like getting something done, like writing a journal entry, or filming, for instance, or doing editing. Just getting that's my goal of like trying to do in a week or so. The downside of it is that, for instance, like my goal is to get my homework done early, but the problem is with professors, they have it locked on a certain day, so you can't do it ahead of time. So that was kind of productive for me, but it's not something I had control over. And also a thing with having the goals, I'm very goal oriented, but I also noticed that I worked on too many projects at once. So I set myself to fail because I didn't properly schedule in things right, and not being realistic of what I can actually do in a week, or even like say in a day. So the overachievingness of me really backfired. Gratitude and journaling, I put it all in the same thing, whereas I would journal anything I have in my mind, and then the last thing I'll put is the gratitude to end on a high note. I'll even actually highlight, that way I can go back and reflect if I wanted to. I'm currently doing journaling for a year, so I'll have that somewhere in the end of the year. But I noticed this, like, getting everything out of my brain, I actually found therapeutic, because it was like a big brain dump of what I was feeling. And I actually felt really good, that I actually was more relaxed, less anxious, overwhelmed, and I can actually just focus on what's really I need to prioritize. I really enjoyed that. Another thing about journaling is I actually had some funny moments. For instance, what I wrote here was, on day 30, I wrote that my dog woke me up at 3 in the morning, alerting me that he needed to go out, otherwise he would vomit due to having a sensitive stomach. After that, I went right back to bed, but he jumped on the bed and slept on my ankle. Couldn't move for an hour, my ankle sprained for a couple hours of pain, and I didn't sleep well. So that's a funny little thing that if I actually didn't read that, I actually would have forgotten it. But just reading that, I remember it's like, yeah, that was painful for my ankle, and I did not sleep well. And he's actually right here. For going to bed early, this is what actually got me into doing this 30-day challenge, because I really struggle of having a good sleeping schedule the past few months when I did it. I've been like staying up till like 10 to 11 or even noon, and I know that I would not be able to wake up early like I wanted to, so I had to do basically a big reset. So doing the challenge will basically motivate me, keep me accountable of actually building that habit into my system. My goal was to go to bed at 8, but I have the habit of like reading before going to bed. And I'm engrossed in a book for so long, I don't realize like how much time lost. So making sure of being more conscious of that and set a limit actually help better. I usually wake up like 4 or 5 in the morning, because I realized that I've become a morning person. I used to be like a night owl, and ever since after high school I noticed that nope, I need to be a morning person now. It's just how my body is reacting now. I'm not sure it's because as you get older things transition or what, but it's just now. From what I recorded, my sleep schedule did improve, and it actually has. So was the creator right about INFJs having this morning routine? Yeah, I would think so, because through all the recordings I've logged in my journal, I did see improvements. Now, as of right now of filming this, I don't follow it to the T anymore, because life just got in the way and I'm working on other challenges. But I do try my best to implement as much as I can. Like, I just got back into meditating again. It's not every day I do it, but I've been doing it for 2 to 3 days out of the week, so that's improvement. Sleeping schedule, I have gotten better at that. Eating has, like, I went down a spiral of eating bad, but now I'm back to eating healthy and getting more things done. So if you're an INFJ and you want to try this challenge out, let me know. I'll have her channel linked down below, and I upload every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So if you guys are interested in seeing me do more challenges and other things I have, because basically this is just me documenting my life so I can see how much I grew over the years. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.